Okay, Jez. Before we start the podcast, we need to think of some questions to ask Mr. Dim here, because he's actually French. This is the owner of MegaVerse Battles. If nobody knows who this guy is, he's French, which scares the hell out of me. He can just say bonjour any fucking moment, and I'll just fucking.
And we are back.
If he says bonjour, I get like fucking
Who
scared.
is? Oh, okay, I beg your pardon. Who is this guy?
He's an animator. He owns a series kind of like Underverse, but we're gonna ask him some questions. Like, you can ask him some questions first, Jez, because you're kind of a good person to ask that.
I mean, sure, I guess. So you're an animator for a Undertale AU series. When have you first started discovering animations per se? When did you start animating?
No, it won't be an animation first. It will be first a comic. And if we have time and money, it will be an animation.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Do you have any basics?
Oh, you go.
No, it's okay. Well, I mean, yeah, why not? So, to get started off, when have you first encountered Undertale or Undertale AUs in general?
Undertale, it was like maybe the end of 2017, something like that. And for the AUs, it was like 2018. 18th I discovered the first AUs.
Okay.
So that's I'm pretty sure it would be 7 years before the game was created.
To an extent, yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah. How did you discover Undertale? Like, did you find a video by like a YouTube algorithm, or like did someone tell you, or did you just stumble upon it by yourself?
Well, that's funny because when I was at school, there are some people talking about Undertale, Final Fantasy Freddy's, like many indie games. And one day I just saw a video. It was Papyrus finds a human. And this is how I discovered Undertale with Papyrus, Sans, Flowey, etc.
Yo.
Alright, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Okay.
How did you first, like, when did you first start drawing about, like, the subject of Undertale use? Or, like, when did you start your own alternate universe of Undertale?
And if you can you provide some art if you want to show off?
I don't have art right now, but
I feel like any sprite sheets of your sands you want to show off.
Well,
I guess it's just a work in progress right now.
Well, before I started to make the MegaVerse Battles, I've made a first universe who now it is a multiverse, and it was called the Skyverse. So it's like every universe is aren't in the underground, but on the skylands.
Like basically like Skyblock, like fucking Minecraft.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. All right, that seems interesting. What inspired you to make your own alternate universe? And per se, I mean, yeah, let's just start with that for now before we get into anything too big. What inspired you to make your own alternate universe of Undertale?
Well, of course, Underverse. That's kind of obvious.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I just love the comics like Marvel, DC, Transformers, Star Wars. So yeah.
I think everyone's trying to override.
Yeah. To any Underverse fans who don't want to be spoiled of 0.8 Part 1, if that is okay, this is your warning. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled from that, like, this is your warning. Go check it out right now and then come right back if you're ever familiar with Underverse. What is your opinion on the new episode for Underverse so far from Juan Lopez?
You have gone too far, human.
Yeah, it was a freaking peak. Animation was good. Music's awesome. The new opening just
The
awesome also.
references.
So for me, it's it's definitely the best episode I ever seen on the verse.
Well, yes. For me, I watched the episode. What really just like broke my heart, honestly, is the fact that
Yeah.
they are not hesitant to kill off characters for the sake of plot and for the sake of emotion.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, they killed off Toriel, they killed off Frisk to an extent, I should say. They're probably coming back. But this new episode definitely raised a bunch of questions rather than answers, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be solved in part 2 when Juan Lopez actually is like mentally prepared to make the new series since they have a lot of stuff to animate and everything. But I mean, hey, I'm willing to wait the long mile to get a hold of that series. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just see any other questions. Oh yeah. Have you made any other? Oh yeah. So when did you start drawing your Undertale AU? And like, were you just talented? Like, were you able to just draw the stuff out of your head, or did you have some ups and downs when it comes to your progress on drawing?
How can I say it? Well, first I have first ideas in like 2021, and then in 2022 I started to make to reorganize all these ideas with some friends, and so I got some help. So yeah, I started to make some drawings first because I'm really shit at drawings. So yeah, it was cool.
So it was like it was a long way to go, but you're willing to take the extra mile. Okay. Well, that's nice. So I'm assuming your AU series or like comic isn't out necessarily, but if you would go through like by assumption, like how will you start? Like what from like the art style of like other comics, if you ever read any, like what comic from an Undertale AU really like inspired you to go through your comic style? Like per se horror, like under horror or maybe underfell or certain art styles of comics.
Or underswap, possibly.
Well, since we haven't started the comic yet, we just reorganized all the ideas.
So you're
Honestly, I don't know.
brainstorming right now, basically.
I don't know. We have a lot of different artists, so it's kind of hard to have a own design, own art. How can I say it? Yeah.
So each episode would have like its own different art style.
Yeah, art style. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's hard for you to pinpoint what art style you're gonna go through since you have a bunch of other artists with a bunch of other like styles or techniques. So like the first thing you're trying to do is like sort out your series with like storyboarding and planning out the plot and stuff like that, and then you will start choosing a art style, and then you will start a production of the comic. Am I right?
Definitely.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Wow.
All right then. While I'm thinking of questions, Hollow Sands, can you take this away with some questions of your own?
Well, sure, I can do that. Well, Mr. Dim, what's your favorite color? I'm just interested.
My favorite color? Well, I have a lot of favorite colors, like purple, or blue, and green. So yeah.
All right. So I know your Saiyans is like red and green, right? Like you have like a red and green Saiyans, if I'm not wrong.
I don't know what are you talking about, but
Then never mind. I think I'm delusional then. Okay.
All right. Well,
do you have like any food you want to show us that you have like in your country or something? Like you want to show people like any like delicious foods that you have like exclusively. I know you have like fucking baguettes over there, or unless like we've been lied to the whole time.
Yeah.
Is French a lie?
So like, let's start with something like pretty simple. Like, what would you say are your favorite foods? It doesn't matter like what specific ones. Just what foods do you like or prefer the most?
Well, I prefer the it's a typical Russian food. It is a pelmenis. It's like raviolis but Russian. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's interesting.
All right.
That's interesting. Okay.
Well, that makes sense because
yeah,
France is next to Russia, I think, because they're in like the same time zone.
To an extent. except with like all the stuff about. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, now back to like the nitty gritty. What about like for your Undertale AU series? Are you planning to have a planned release day, or are you just gonna wing it? Like you're just gonna release it when you feel comfortable?
You should
Honestly,
schedule them.
honestly, I don't know to release it too fast, you know?
Yeah, you want to like polish it a little bit before you actually like
Yeah,
release it. So like,
yeah.
okay, okay.
You know, it
So
seems like
I'm
you got it
gonna
all
assume that
figured
you're
out.
in a little bit of gray area, I guess. Like you don't really want to have an exact plan date because you don't want that to overwhelm you. But yet
Yeah.
again, it would be nice to so like you can polish some stuff, and then people who are actually interested. Wow, that story was crazy.
You don't want to have the same
So
thing that
that people
happened
who
in
are
Mori
actually
to happen
interested
to
in the
you.
series would be able to actually check it out for the first time. That's what I'm assuming, though. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really into all of this. I'm not really the best, but I'm just trying to see,
He's a
getting in the
person
dots.
with opinions and facts like ourselves. Well, I'm gonna ask a question
All
here.
right. Well,
Sure.
okay.
What really motivated you to do what you've done right now? Like, are you gonna be scheduling things ahead, like, so that you don't have to like worry about that? Because if you don't do that, like, you don't have to like put like a planned release date. Because if you do, this is the same thing that happened to Omori, like for the Kickstarter funds. I have to like, keep on like pushing ahead and saying, hey, we can't entirely be true, but like we kind of got like half the player base a bit mad, you know. Like, have you ever played Omori? Which I certainly haven't, but I've heard like a story about it. Don't put like a
Well,
release date that you're not really sure about because you don't know what might happen ahead. All right.
I want to change people's minds about AUs because most of AUs I've saw are like copies or just really bad, really disgusting.
They're just carbon
Like
copies.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah. Yeah.
like broken power skillings. It is why, by the way, in my series there is no power scaling. I mean, it Underfell sense could beat
That's
error
crazy.
sense
If he was
in a
smarter.
story. Like
I mean,
who's gonna
yeah.
stop me? I can do that. So yeah, and
Like,
people don't want to understand that. So
they don't want to
or
That is
to
the
understand.
accept.
same thought process.
Like, science
Jesus
sands could
Christ.
beat fucking ink sands if you like put
Yeah,
like full
Bright
like
minds think
merit behind
alike.
the
Bright
things.
minds think alike. Bright minds think alike. That's amazing. Yeah. That's
Exactly.
definitely a problem I've seen with other Undertale AUs. They take the essence of power scaling a little bit too far. But
yeah,
something, well, I
Into
mean, I'm
god
not
binding territory.
necessarily saying that, oh, power scaling is bad, annihilate. More so like, oh, power scaling should be a little bit moderated to an extent. Like,
yeah,
instead of just
I don't like Alpha
taking out
Tail.
like some random event, perhaps you can do some actual canon feats and then do the comparison afterwards, not just
yeah,
like saying like, oh, this can be that because why so.
Okay.
Creativity is something that a lot of people should treasure, but it's also something that should be kept down a little bit. Saying it can be applied with a lot of factors, like certain characters, certain customized characters, certain OCs, and so on.
yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a dilemma that has to be fixed on its own, or just has to require a sacrifice. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely like how you think about Undertale use and the current state is in right now.
You're
Well,
very
also the
smart.
thing is the omnipresence of sense. Like we all know about the
Alpha
sense
Tail.
effect.
I don't really like
Sense is
Alpha Tail.
everywhere. So I don't want
Yeah,
to show only senses. I want to sense to be not only an archetype but a true character. Like not we don't see the series just to we don't watch the series just to saw a sense to see a
Like, we're not here for
sense
the
to
fight
see a,
scenes. We're totally not here for all the fight scenes. Totally.
yeah.
Yeah, like
We are for
that's
everything.
definitely not me. Totally.
I mean, yeah, like what you're trying to get through is that you want to give Undertale use a new meaning that is more better than the current status and now with
Yes.
like certain stuff in fandoms, of course. Of course, fandoms were mostly in a bad state in the first place, but I mean, it's nice to see that you're going the extra mile and thinking about what can I add to possibly change this, said outcome.
Yeah.
So I
New
like
concept.
how you think about that.
So yeah.
Or the community in general, because most of the community
Yeah.
is turning into, you should kill yourself right now.
That's yeah.
You say we're not a toxic
yeah.
community. Kill yourself. Like that's basically like some of the
For
community
disclaimer, jokes are jokes. Don't take these jokes up front. Pretty please. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. But yeah, let's see if we have any other questions for you.
Also, we can stop the podcast at any time you want. Like if you want to stop right now, we can. But if you want to keep on going,
Okay,
and
that's
tell more
fine.
people about.
I have
anything,
all
like,
the time.
Okay, then like we can go as long as you want. Like, don't try to keep us like here like till like fucking like 10 p.m. or something.
Yeah, well,
Like,
yeah.
like, I think a really long time to
maybe
upload the podcast if it was.
Yeah. So
But-
another question per se, like by assumption I would say like you're a fan of Undertale. Why not? To what extent like do you like Undertale per se? Like have you bought anything related to Undertale, or like are you familiar with other ones like Deltarune or like any other Undertale AUs that you bought items from per se? Just curious though. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable saying it, that's also fine as well.
Well, I bought
I know
Undertale
there's like
on
I know
Steam.
there's like tutorial slippers or something. Like,
Well, I just bought Undertale from Steam, so nothing else.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, I mean, to be honest, to like a certain extent, I like Undertale and I like how it describes like its stories, its RPG, a unique twist to it, such as certain routes and stuff, and how the community took such a simple game like that to like a creative extent, just like you said. But yeah, I guess it's just something that I beg your pardon.
Saiyans but autistic. But like that might be an actual fucking Saiyans. Like, oh, there's no fucking way. There's like no fucking way that's actual thing.
No, it's real. Neurodivergent Sans is real. Like I'm sorry to break.
Can
My
you show
friend
can
might
you
be a
show that?
little.
Can you show that neurodivergent Saiyans? I kind of want to see that.
Bro, I can't.
Is it not PG?
It's what?
Is it not PG?
No, it's not an RPG. It's more so just like it's just something someone made. I'm pretty sure it's just something someone made. It's just there was a screenshot of it. I saw it. I'm just like, why?
Why is this a thing? What has this come to?
Yeah, I'm all right. The person who made it. I'm not making fun of you. I'm not criticizing you for anything. But like,
why did you do that? Like, if you're the owner of Neurodivergent Saiyans and you're actually watching this video right now, please leave a comment because Chess is questioning your life choices, guys. He's
We're not criticizing you. We're not criticizing anyone here in this series. We're not criticizing anyone here in this video.
Because we don't take anything that we say seriously.
I hope you get that straight.
I forgot to say that. We say that every time on the podcast. Don't take anything we say seriously. Because we don't mean any of it.
Yeah,
like I might say I fucked your mom, but that's not really canon.
Okay.
That's not canon.
Next.
At least yet.
Next topic.
Yeah. Let's change the topic.
But yeah. So do you have any other interests? I mean, other interests than like the ones you stated from like Undertale, Star Wars, and other stuff. Like, are you interested into anything else? Do you have any celebrities or YouTube interested in or admire perchance? And if you're not comfortable with that, that's okay too.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm joking.
I thought like you was gonna say himself.
Okay.
Well, I watched a lot of some videos from like the English community, Russian community, French community because I speak all the three languages. So
bilingual guy. Holy shit.
So yeah. Well, I like some bits, so yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
So because you speak like multiple languages, just like out of curiosity, which ones are like your more fluent in from like a scale of 1 to 3. One being like you're really fluent in it, language, and third one being it's a language that you're not really as fluent in and you don't really use as much per se. If you're not comfortable with saying that, that's okay.
Well, I was born in France, so and one of my parents is Russian, so I have to learn the 2 languages at my birth. So
you had to learn what your mom was saying, and you had to learn what your dad was saying.
Yeah, and it's the easiest way. So I like talking Russian and French every day. So every day. And for English, well, it's kind of important, I have to talk with you, for example. So, and yeah.
Okay. So like it's a little bit too complicated to like scale, So like it's just like something you can't really talk about or like scale correctly, since like there's a lot of factors when it comes to speaking.
I do learn Spanish, but it's complicado. So.
Yeah, it's complicated. I have like a Hispanic background too. I used to speak Spanish, but now I'm like mostly like an English guy, and I understand Spanish like decently, but like speaking it is like the only problem because like like I might be good at memorizing stuff a little bit, but like it's not like I'm not that great at it. Let's just be serious. When it comes to learning a new language, it's not the best. It's not like the greatest to learn. Except for like those who are quite.
It's not like. Parece que el mundo es muy difícil, pero para mí
es muy magnífico. He's trying to cast a spell on us. Holy shit! Jez, what the fuck is he doing?
I'm yapping a bit.
For our French viewers, what the fuck did he say?
I have no idea. I think he's just like. I don't know.
Did he speak Russian or French?
Discord call.
Russian I can. Я могу еще говорить по-русски, но это немножко сложнее.
Oh god.
I feel threatened.
Why does that sound like? That sounds like. Hold on. Okay, out of context, is anyone familiar with murder drones?
No.
I've seen a couple episodes.
All right. So
it's been like
my question is, why did you? For a second. Okay, never mind. Let's just grace past that for now. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that was making a Undertale U is pretty interesting, I must say. I'm out of questions for now. I'm gonna try and think of some ahead of time.
And I will ask some questions. I'll ask questions while he thinks of some. I know you play Roblox, right? What are some games that you really like? Like, have you ever played ULC? I'm pretty sure you've played like Undertale Last Corridor, right?
No.
Oh. Oh shit.
All right. Well,
maybe
I guess
you should
like
do some of that on your channel.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess for like a quick summary and for like those watching the video, know Undertale Last Corridor. Undertale Last Corridor is essentially like it's a sort of
it's like
team
a boss
survival
fight game, but
where
you have and you have to fight.
There's one Sans and other Karas, and the Kara's side can get certain abilities which you have to grind for, and the Sanses can have different variations to themselves, which you also need certain requirements for by like winning, surviving, or killing, or even perhaps just going in single player mode and relaxing there. But it's a game that most of us would recommend. So yeah. And now that leads to the next question I have in mind. What Roblox games do you play exactly?
Well, I don't play
if you
Roblox.
Don't really know.
I don't play Roblox that much, I play when I have time and like the Envy, so.
I know you've played like Liar's Table with me on there, right?
Do you have like a certain? Do you have like a certain genre of like games you play, just like in general?
Like horror, action.
Like a certain subject.
Well, it's more like funny games, like the hide and seeks, the most of classics,
Hide and seek's really good too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't play just Undertale games, just because I don't like them.
I started to play Roblox at the period of lockdown. You remember? and so with a friend we like play Roblox every single day. So it was like enemy fighting simulator, like the tycoons. So yeah, it was
natural
our
survival,
prime.
like the disaster survival game.
Yeah, the campings, the
Like
hostels,
Stickmaster
the
Loot,
break-ins.
like
So,
that
yeah.
game, like with the volcanoes,
Yeah.
like earthquakes, tornadoes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but yeah. I like that. I like
You
this
ever play
game.
like Survive and Kill the Killers in Area 51?
Yeah, or even Murder Mystery.
Yeah,
Was
that's
very
all.
cool.
MM2. Yeah, that's
That's
also
some
a good
common
game.
games. Some common games. All right. Another question I have in mind. Are you familiar with like any new games that have dropped within Roblox, or like or are you like not really familiar with them as of now?
Not really. No, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Um, I guess. I think about any other questions of mine. What is like your opinion on like? All right, are you in like any community of a Undertale AU, and if so, how would you consider that community to be? Like, is it a healthy community or is it like just kind of toxic?
Are they killing each other?
I know a community. It's like I have a friend that has his own community. He's a French. He has like 1K subscribers, something
Holy
like that.
shit.
And the thing is, like, he's making some vids with my help because I'm a bit helping him. But the problem is his server. Gosh, there are a lot of kids. Like, really. There are
Wait,
even
there's kids? Can I drop kick them? You said
yeah,
say less.
Huh?
Say less. Give me the server invite. I want to
yeah.
drop kick every single last one of those fuckers.
Well, it's a
Let
French
me
server,
in.
so you kind of won't understand anything.
Fuck.
I mean, yeah. That's fine though. That's fine.
Damn it.
Okay, so you are familiar with being in a community because you a friend of yours who has a community. Also, because I'm curious, your friend makes content. I'm also curious, how do you help them? Do you help them with like how the content goes, with like a script for it, or like do you help
Do you
them
give
with
them
like
ideas?
editing videos and so on?
Or do you give them
Well,
ideas?
she's making a lot of videos. Like she's making like some short videos about Undertale characters, like who is Airsense. He's talking about Airsense, for example, and I'm helping. Like I sometimes I suggest some characters. Sometimes I just told him well some facts that he doesn't know. And the thing is, to represent the character that he is about to talking about, he using my sprites that I'm making for him. Sprites of course the Undertale character.
Oh, so like you help him with like, so you help your friend with like research of like
Yeah.
under characters, suggesting what videos,
Yeah.
and also like helping him with like visual representations and like
Basically
maybe
ideas.
perhaps like a little bit of editing here
Like
and there, right?
on the thumbnail, I'm making the thumbnails of his videos, of his vids.
Okay, that's interesting.
So yeah.
All right. Well then, I guess that's all the questions I really have.
Do we want to stop?
Are we
this
okay
video?
with continue? I mean, are we okay with continuing it, or should we just like ask per se? It's
We could
okay,
get like
whatever
some
option,
questions from
really.
your server if you'd like. Like if anyone has like any questions they want to ask you.
Well,
Well, actually, be a good idea.
I have all the time, you know. It's
Really?
Okay. That's
yeah, really. It's
Alright
like
then,
here in France, it's like 6, 7, 8, 9 p.m. So
Oh, then you might need to go to sleep, bro.
Oh,
We'll have to end it right
no,
here
no,
because
9 p.m. It's nice. It's cool.
it's
9
9
p.m.
p.m. for you.
Yeah, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
small.
That's interesting.
Okay,
Okay
now
then.
we know where your list, chat.
I don't. Well, I mean, there's not really anyone to provide any questions yet, I guess.
Yeah,
But I mean,
guess.
I guess. I mean, should we collectively continue, or are you guys okay with for today? And maybe we might continue in like another period of time.
If you guys
Maybe.
want to bring
I don't know.
Mr. Dim back on, you should put some comments saying what I should ask him next, and I will ask him
You
that.
guys should like and subscribe. Oh my god.
That's all.
You should like and subscribe right
But
now.
ladies and gentlemen, when I say subscribe, the subscribe button will currently glow. All right, but yeah,
It'll
I
turn
guess that's
gay.
really
The
it for
subscribe
today.
button will turn gay, guys. It will be really funny.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. But yeah, that's okay, I guess. I mean, do you want to have any, like, for those who are interested on like what you do and want to help you? Do you want to add in like a plug-in for the video per se?
Yeah.
You want me to like add you like things so they can go subscribe to you if they want, if they're interested in your content?
Well, yeah, they can like subscribe to my YouTube channel or join my Discord server. So
Sure.
to have more infos.
Yeah, if you want to go meet
All
Mr.
right,
Dim himself, he's an interesting character and he's French. I don't know what else to fucking say about him, but he's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fuck.
okay, bro.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
trying to say
Alright.
stuff here, okay? Like I'm really out of stuff to say.
Okay, bro.
Like I'm running out of things to say.
Yeah. Oh,
Help.
I mean, I guess I have like one more question left before we end things off with like
Yep.
end note. A question for you: do you have like your own like custom character per se? Like, do you
Sure.
have like a background for your custom character? And like,
Yes.
if so, do you think it will be added to like your own series as like a little bit of a side thing?
Sure, yeah. It will be.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I mean, all right. Would you like to go into detail of is in particular, or do you just not want to say? That's okay too.
Maybe not today. Maybe another day.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess we'll wrap this up.
All right. Well then, yeah. So plugins will like be in the description of this video, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be that type of person who's like, hey, again. It's like I have been here, so like might as well. But like I don't want to hog everything or something like that.
It's okay.
So I mean, all right. Well, I will give Hollow Sands my channel. You can check it out, I guess. I don't really have much in it yet. Also subscribe to our guest for this podcast.
Mr. Dim,
Oh,
he is really cool.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
interested in his accent,
His
he's
channel will
French.
be
No, I don't have accent. What are you talking about?
Oh.
okay.
Then,
Oh my god.
then I don't know what the fuck
But,
he's saying about
yeah.
this.
But yeah, his channel is gonna be in the description as well. The plugins will be in the description as well.
Both of these people
the
will be in
whole
the
nine yards.
description.
Yeah,
This is my co-host
if
Jez,
you would
and
like
we'll be
to,
signing off.
yeah. If you guys wanna subscribe, view, like, contribute to the channel, you may. After all, it's just optional, but it really goes a long way.
It's free,
do it
but
for Hollow Sands.
it's free, and you can steal money from Bill Gates.
Great. Okay, bro. Oh my god.
It's a
Alright, but
really
yeah,
it's a
that's
really good
it.
thing, guys. You should steal money from the rich people.
Why not?
Okay. Bro. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I guess this is the end of the podcast. God, I hogged in like a lot of the. I'm not even gonna lie.
If Jez has the time, I will bring him back on too because he's a co-host. But if you're interested in seeing him on because he's an interesting character, I will bring him on once again. See you guys. Have a nice day.